Hi kids, Heidi here. Welcome or welcome back. I'm working on a little project and a couple of you, too, said that you'd be interested to see what I get up to. So I store, it turns out, about half of things that I have categorized as coats and jackets. About half of them are stored in a closet here in my office. The rest of them were small enough that I can put them in a plastic bag and store them in a bin. So I guess these are my bulkier coats and jackets. Some of them are blazers, some of them are winter coats. You get the idea. But a couple things made me take a look in that closet and see what was going on right now in August. One of the things that made me do that was I got two things at the thrift store and one thing gifted to me that made me think, okay, maybe it's time to start sourcing winter coats. And then that made me think, oh, I really hate selling winter coats. And then I thought, am I really any good at selling winter coats? And I'd better take a look in my closet and see if I sold any of the crap I bought last year. So that's how projects get started. So this item is a packable, ultralight down coat. The brand isn't great, London Fog, but who doesn't love an ultralight packable down coat? It actually has a pocket inside and the whole thing goes in there. So I got that. And then I got, now I feel like I have something sticky on my finger. Then I found this, I showed you this in a haul, this vintage LL Bean, very late 80s, 90s windbreaker kind of a thing. And that'll be packed up in a bin. It won't go in this closet, but it's a coat. So I started thinking about coats. And the other item was my daughter didn't need this coat anymore. And it's a Carhartt ladies jacket. It's beautiful. It's heavy. It's canvas. It's lined in Sherpa. And that's definitely going in my closet once I get it listed because it's so big. So I thought, okay, let's go look in the closet and see if we made a bunch of mistakes last year or the year before or the year before that. See what's in there. Clean house if we need to. And then decide what our strategy is going to be for winter coats in the fall and winter of 23-24. I decided I would put them in I would rate them one of three categories. It was a mistake, it was a disappointment, or it's worth the wait. Either I haven't had it very long, or I haven't had it through the winter, or I still believe in it a lot. So there's a total of 22 items. I pulled them out of the closet and put them on my hanging rack, which is where I usually have my prep things, but they went somewhere else for the purposes of this video. 22 items, and let's go through them, hopefully quickly. Hate to bore you. And so you can see what I think were my worth the wait, disappointments, and mistakes that came out of that closet. Okay, the first item I'm calling worth the wait. So this is a vintage puffer down coat. And it's got a heavy duty two-way metal Talon zipper. It's got this great fur collar. It was made by a company called the Seattle Quilt Company, and it's called the Comfy Outdoor Down Coat. So these are collectible. Seattle Quilt Company coats are. And I looked at comps today, and they're still in the $50 to $100 range, even though they're slow movers. I listed this in March of this year, so it didn't really have any winter to go through. So I say that this is worth the wait, and I'm going to keep it in the closet. Oh, do you want to see the label? I don't know if that's even going to be possible. Oh, no, that's a lot of work. To put them in later? I'll try. Okay, I'll show you this one. Most of them you're going to know what the labels look like anyway, okay? Seattle Quilt Company, Comfy is the name of the coat. Okay, so we'll check that off. One worth the wait. This next one was a disappointment, so it's not a total loser. And I'm going to relist it, and you'll find out that I have a corduroy problem. I don't know how deeply it extends into my store inventory. If I've got a corduroy pants problem as well. Shirts, skirts, who knows? I'm going to root out all the corduroy and see what's going on. Anyway, this is a pinwheel corduroy sport coat from Calvin Klein. You know what that label looks like. I'm not sure why I thought this was a good idea. I think it was because of my corduroy problem. But it's a beautiful coat, and it's in beautiful condition. It came from Macy's men's store. Calvin Klein was probably $300 knowing Calvin Klein. So that is a disappointment. I bought it in January of 23. I'm going to relist it. I'll look at comps again. But Calvin Klein, I'm just going to stick to exactly the right sheath dresses and nothing else. Make a note of that. Calvin Klein, no. Okay, the next was, I'm calling it a disappointment. It was probably a mistake, but it shouldn't have been a mistake. The brand is Rothschild, which makes very expensive children's clothes. And their coats and dresses and, I mean, people pay a lot for them new, and they look for them on the secondary market. Look at this cute flannel with a little pink ruffle front. I think the reason I haven't sold it, and I've tried it at a bunch of different price points, I think it's too big, too large a size. It's a girl's large. So what's that, a 10, 12 girls? I think if it was a toddler coat, it'd been gone like that. So I'm going to relist it one more time, but I'm disappointed. The next one, I got it at the outlet. I got it at the bins. The classic excuse. So my average that day was $1.28. But this is Sean John. And it's a women's faux suede bomber jacket with a faux fur lining. And I got this in May, so it has not been through the winter season. And I mean, come on. Somebody with a reminiscence of Sean John is going to want that, right? Faux suede and faux fur lining. I'm going to call that a weight. Worth the wait, because I've only had it since May and it's winter and I only paid $1.28. It hasn't been through the season yet, right? So that's another one for the W category. The next item is definitely worth it. And it will sell again. I sold it once. So this is Athleta. It's new with tags. It's the double cozy Karma fleece jacket. Long line, full zip. It's lovely. Everybody's heard of the double cozy Karma. I've sold a couple used ones, but this one I got with a ThredUp partner kit. I got a big Athleta gift certificate, and I went on last spring, this was March, and bought this and another jacket that were on clearance. And so I paid up for them, but it was with stuff I sent to ThredUp, so I feel like it was free. I sold it once and it was returned for fit. And it's definitely worth it. It just needs to get into a cool season and it will sell. $98 retail, still on their website. It'll be brought back again this fall, I'm sure. I got it in clearance for half that, but again, I didn't pay anything for the stuff because it was a ThredUp gift card. By the way, I know ThredUp partner kits have changed, but I have an old label for a Reformation partner kit, and I'm wondering if they'll honor it. So some of this stuff and some other things are going to go into a box, and we'll see if they give me any money for it. I won't send stuff to ThredUp to sell. In the last 2 months, I earned $6.12 on my commission. So if that partner kit label works, great. Otherwise, whatever. Okay, so four worth the waits and 2 disappointments. This is going to be worth the wait because I just got it. It should have sold, so it's kind of bordering on disappointing. This is Sugar Street Weavers. It's a one size tapestry jacket, snowmen, caroling, Christmas tree. It's all in tapestry. And these are collectible, so Sugar Street Weavers. The sell-through rate is about 25% for all of them. Of course, the ones that have sold most recently were summer-themed Americana or beach or whatever. But this went through one Christmas season and didn't sell. But I'm going to carry it through another Christmas season and just be maybe a little more aggressive with my pricing. I think it's a good example of the kind. I won't say it's gorgeous. It's not my taste, but it's a good example of the kind of tapestry jackets that they sell. And so we're going to call that one worth the wait as well. So far, we're keeping a lot. Now we're going to get into the crap. This next item I listed in March of 21, and it came out of my own closet. It's a Gap denim jacket. Nobody wants Gap. Nobody wants denim jackets. And a Gap denim jacket. Nope. So off you go to ThredUp and see if you can get me some Reformation credit. Yeah. I don't have any money in it because it was mine. I wore it for years. But anyway, that was a mistake. This next item, you're going to be surprised that I'm calling it a mistake. The brand is Lafayette 148. It's a blazer, one button, long line. Just beautiful. Side vents, size small. I'm looking for the fabric. Of course, it's 100% wool, lined in acetate, because they don't spare any expense. So why do I think this was a mistake? Because it's pinstripe. Can you see that it's pinstripe? There you go. Pinstripe is usually suiting, matching pants and skirts and jackets. It's rare that you see someone wearing a pinstripe coat, jacket, without matching bottoms. Applies for men and women. The classic pinstripe suit is something everyone should have, but I don't have. I searched the whole store for pants or a skirt that went with this. So even though it was Lafayette 148 and I probably paid $3.99 or $4 or $5 for it, I think it's really going to be a hard sell. And so I might relist it another 30 days and then put it in that ThredUp box. Because if they give me partner credit, they will give me credit for Lafayette. Right? Right. I just think it won't. It hasn't sold by now. It's not going to. If that makes sense. So that was a mistake. This next one, Heidi, stop picking up vintage. Just stop. But isn't it classic? Of course, you can guess what it is. But it's got those little Chanel vibes. It's a Pendleton. It's a vintage Pendleton wool. I mean, come on. Isn't that classic? Doesn't someone want this? No, no one wants it. I've had it listed since April. And I'll list it one more winter. But I definitely think it was a mistake. I'll call it a disappointment for now. What do you think? I should just stop getting vintage because I don't know what people want. Oh, here is another dud, but I didn't pick it out. ThredUp gave it to me. It's J. Crew. It's wool. It's high quality. It's beautiful. It's a men's suit jacket in a pinstripe. Do I have pants to go with it? No, I do not. Can you sell pinstripe suit coats without matching pants? I don't know how. If you know how, let me know. And of course, I can't send that back to ThredUp. That's where I got it. Because they don't take men's. So that is a donate. I can't call it a mistake on my part because I didn't pick it out. I tried to sell it. Here's another men's jacket, and this one is a Heidi mistake. I don't get Joseph A. Bank. I just don't. There's so much of it out there. Oh my God, there's so much used Joseph A. Bank for sale. And it doesn't get anywhere near what you'd think based on what they cost. But they're always running sales at Men's Warehouse on Joseph Bank, like buy one blazer, get one free, buy 3 shirts, get 6 more. You know, it's always on sale. So this, though, was genuine camel hair. Very beautiful, soft, really lovely sport coat. I probably paid $5 or $6 for it. And I broke my rule because it was camel hair. And every man should have a camel hair jacket. But it's Joseph A. Bank. So I'll relist it again at a different price, whether that's a little higher or a little lower. But it was a mistake. And it's going to get one more try. I'm going to keep this list in 30 days. After I relist stuff, in 30 days I'll go back and whack them. This next one, I wouldn't get today. I wouldn't have gotten it last year. I wouldn't have gotten it the year before. But back in June of 19, I got it. Where is it? I have no idea where it is. Didn't I pull it? Oh, here it is. Oh. This is Columbia. And it's a great long line parka. I think it was women's large. But it's a part of the core interchange. Interchange jackets where you could put, layers. The classic were the fleece jacket with the shell over the top. And you could wear one or the other or all three at once. And these interchange jackets were a lot more expensive, but similar idea. That you would layer this windproof parka over an insulated layer, or you could wear them separately. And nobody wants just that part. Hardly anybody wants Columbia anymore. And so that was a mistake. And I'm going to put it in my thread-up box. Yeah. But here's what's interesting. According to my spreadsheet, I sent it to thread-up in 2022. But yet, it's still there. We'll try one more time. So I don't know if you're keeping track yet, but I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mistakes in a row. Oh, then I had 3 winners worth the wait and 2 disappointments and a winner. So let's finish up. So when I show you this, I have to tell you, back in 2019, faux fur vests were a thing. They were an actual thing. Promise. Who did I get? Bill Blass, of all people. I would never get Bill Blass today. I would never get, I'm done with faux fur pretty much. I have a very hard time moving it. This is a reversible. Oh my goodness. Can you believe no one wants it? What did I decide to do with that? I just wrote, it was a disappointment. No, that's not a disappointment. That was a mistake. I have rose-colored glasses on that. Rob's gonna love that one too. Here's another mistake that's going to thread up. It's the only time I've ever bought this brand. Why? Andrew Mark. Have you ever got Andrew Mark? I feel like I've looked it up 100 times and it's not worth getting. But it was quilted. Look at those little cuffs. No one wanted it. Had that November of 20. So this would be 20, 21, 21, 22, 23 winters it's already tried. No. Mistake. Here's another mistake. More vintage. But to be fair, I got it really, really cheap. It's somebody who was, when did I buy this? Yep, November of 20. They had way too many winter coats donated and they didn't know what to do. And I thought I should have run. So the brand is Capel. Where's the, get out of the way, Hammer. Capel, but they spell it with a 3, but it's pronounced Capel. It's a ski wear brand, or it used to be. I'm sure this is vintage. And it's not even cute. It was too old when I bought it, and now 3 years later, it's still too old. You know what I mean. Mistake. That one's going to be donated. Maybe I'll take it back to the thrift store where I got it. Wow. Mistake. This next one, totally worth the wait. Where is it? This is Alaskan Hard Gear, which comes from Duluth Trading Company. They are rebranding that as AKHG, but they always have this little bear claw thing. And this is the Prudhoe Bay jacket. And it has a couple weird little blue spots on it, but this is a working outdoor coat. This would be like a Carhartt kind of coat, okay? And so I think it'll sell even with the little blue spotted flaw. But this has not been through winter, and it is a insulated jacket. So somebody's going to want this fall. I will check the comps and make sure that I'm not asking too much, but definitely worth the wait. Alaskan hardware has a good quality, very high quality. Okay, I feel a little better now. I had a winner. This next one, I'm calling it a disappointment, but it's more corduroy problems. Back in June, I bought 3 corduroy jackets, and you're about to see them all. The first one is this one. Saddle bread. Yeah, it's even new. Saddle bread, brand new with tags, $195 price tag, came from Belk's, very nice department store. Has anybody offered to take this off my hands? No, they have not. This is Hervé Bernard. Oh my God, Heidi. But it's vintage, it's shackety, and it's very oversized, boxy, and croppedy. And I thought somebody would want it, but no. Thread up. Not going to wait around anymore. And this rockabilly jacket is from Buffalo Country Western wear. See the great, let me show you the back, it's easier. See these great seams here? Give it a real country western flair. I'm going to wait. It was a mistake, but I'm going to wait. No, I called it a disappointment. One of those corduroy jackets came from ThredUp, so I can't be totally blamed. This next one came from a ThredUp box. I'm going to donate it. It's a men's jean jacket from Brooklyn Cloth. That's a really interesting tie-dye, but it's new. But nobody has wanted it. I'm not sure where they sell Brooklyn Cloth, but it's nowhere fancy, I don't think. And lastly is a I have a Land's End waterproof down coat. I'm going to have to pause and get those 2, and then I'll be back. Okay, this is beautiful. Got this when my daughter closed her eBay store and gave me her inventory. It's Land's End, but it's down and it's a long line, would cover your butt kind of coat. And it is down with a faux fur lined hood, which is removable. Yes, the hood comes off. So if I price this right, it will go. Land's End isn't something I pick up very often, but I do in down and swim, as you know. The last piece, so that is a weight. That's a winner and a weight. Only had that since March. This next one I've had since April, and it was a mistake only because it's vintage, and I'm not good at vintage. So this is a raincoat from Bonnie Cashin. And you should Google Bonnie Cashin and read about her. I think one article I read described her as the best women's fashion designer you've probably never heard of. And she was very influential in her designs. And of course, you can tell this is a 60s or early 70s raincoat. The tragedy is it's missing its belt. But look at these cute little inverted pleats on the sleeve. And at the back, has an invert pleat with the tan trim. You can wear these sleeves cuffed or not, snapped front. It's a wonderful, flexible, but waterproof fabric. And she made sportswear separates. She made adorable things for travel, for the office. Or sportswear was her thing, though. And sportswear meant something very different back in the 60s than it does now, of course. But Google Bonnie Cashin. I would love to sell a piece by her. I just guess I have to get the price right. I don't think the missing belt is makes it a total loss, because you can certainly wear it without the belt. It's a straight line raincoat. It doesn't need to be belted in. And you could remove the little belt loops or just ignore them, because they're navy blue and they blend right in. It's got pockets. Yeah, very easily worn without. Or have a dressmaker take them out. Anyway, I hope somebody buys my Bonnie Cashin. So, what's the big tally? 22 items. 9 of them were a mistake. That's dang near half. 6 of them were a disappointment. Now we're definitely into 2/3 territory, and 7 worth the wait. So 1/3 of the items in my closet, I think, are still winners. And 6 of them could be, but I don't have hopes. And 9 of them are going. Many of those that are going are old, and definitely items I wouldn't buy today. So they're understandable. I looked in my eBay store, because this is stuff that I didn't put in a bin, right? It was in the closet. And I looked at my coats and jackets category for men and women, and there I found 48 items. So I have 22 here. So there's another 26 that are in packages. Just to give you an idea of what some of those are, and I'm going to give them a scrutiny. There's another full fur vest. There's 5 down vests. Is that too many? 2 of them are really nice. North Face one and a Columbia one that's still on their website. That retails for like almost $200. It's a running vest. But anyway, I should be careful. I have one raincoat. It's a really cool Whippet vinyl raincoat. My first vinyl raincoat sold like in 2 weeks, and this vinyl raincoat's still hanging around. But a silk bomber jacket, vintage. That needs to go. And there are some heavy sweatshirts and quarter zips that are heavier than I thought warranted being called a top or a shirt. They're jackets. So what's going to be my strategy? I think I'll just get Patagonia down. I don't know. I want to be careful. I don't want a lot of heavy winter coats in my closet. I guess it's got to check all the boxes, not just some of them. It's got to be the perfect brand. It's got to be a great style. It's got to have great sell-through. It's got to be a good price and in excellent condition. Not flawed, no little down holes with feathers leaking out, and no vintage. That's my strategy for coats and jackets sourcing. I might just stay away from that department unless I'm forced to go into it. What do you think? Am I crazy? I'd love to hear what your plans are for coats and jackets. Back to school has already begun for a lot of people, although that seems crazy. We don't start till after Labor Day here usually, or the week before. Thursday or Friday, and then they get a long weekend and then back to school. But anyway, I definitely have been selling sweaters all summer, so I'm anxious to get back into the sweater aisles. Coats and jackets don't excite me, I guess. They're hard to clean. Anyway, too much talk about coats and jackets. You subscribe, please. I'm so close. Did you see how close I'm getting to 1,000? Oh, I'm giddy. Put in a comment what your strategy is for coats and jackets this year or in past years. Are you going to change it? What do you think? I'd love to hear. Love to chat. I had a good time. Come again. Bye, kids.